Hi everyone, Renata from the eSpot here with Cookie, and I just wanted to do a short video and tell you guys a little bit about a health scare that we just had and our experience going to the vet here in Finland to get it all fixed up. So last week, or about a week and a half ago now because it's a Wednesday, on a Sunday morning, I woke up and I noticed that the side of Cookie's face, well, the side that you can't see right now, was really swollen, like big and puffy. And I thought maybe because it's getting warmer, maybe she was allergic to something. And I gave her like an anti-inflammatory pill, which normally helps whenever she's had like weird problems in the past. But it wasn't doing anything, and the swelling was getting worse. And of course, because it was a Sunday, our vet was not open, and it just seemed, I had the feeling that this was a problem that needed to be dealt with immediately. It just seemed serious. So I had to take her to an emergency vet here. And we've been to emergency vets before in the States because same thing. Why do dogs always have to get sick on the weekend? Like, what is it in their like body's clock that says like, I can't go to the normal vet. I need to go to the vet in an emergency situation that costs twice as much as the regular vet. I don't know why it's always happening like this. But I took her to the emergency vet, and luckily they weren't really busy. Like, I've had to wait for like 6-7 hours before at emergency vets with Cookie before. So we were able to be seen, and they were able to tell me basically right away that she had an abscess. Actually, they said she had 3 dental abscesses and that she would need to get these teeth removed immediately. Not immediately as in that day, but like as soon as possible. They said, like, we'll give you antibiotics and some pain medication for her, and that should help for like a week, but you really need to call your vet tomorrow and set up an appointment for Cookie so that she can get these teeth removed. So obviously I realized like this is serious. I was really glad that I brought her in and that I didn't wait, because the swelling could have gotten worse, the infection could have spread. She's got a tiny little head, it could have gone other places in her head. So I was really glad that I did. It was 350 euros, which was more, or I think it was a little bit less probably than what it would be in the United States, which was nice because I had no idea how much this emergency vet was going to cost. But they were very nice at the emergency vet. She was very calm, and that was good. And we were actually in and out in, I think, 2 hours. So we really weren't there for very long at all. And the swelling started going down. By the next morning, Monday morning, the swelling was quite down in her face. So the medication worked, but it was not like a permanent fix. So I called the vet that day, and we did have a vet from when we first got here. It's the veterinary eläin lääkäriasema here in Jyväskylä. They're a great, awesome vet, and that was the vet that we chose because when we came here, she actually had an injured eye, and that was the only ophthalmologist vet in, I think, Keski-Suomi. So that was just like by chance the vet that we had, and I'm really glad that we have that vet. It's a like private run vet. It's not one of the like corporate vets, which in my experience in the States too, it's always better to have like the private practice veterinarians. But they said that they could get us in on Friday or on Monday. And the thing about Friday was just like not doable for me. I had a very important group project presentation in my Finnish class. I had a presentation in my seminar, and I had also like a month ago bought tickets, my train tickets and my concert tickets to go see Portion Boys in Tampere. And it was just so much happening on that day, so much I'd been looking forward to, so much that was not reschedulable, that I decided to take the one on Monday. And I'm actually really glad that I took the one on Monday, because I wouldn't have been able to get like my money back for my tickets. Like, that money had already been spent. And if you check my channel page, you'll see that I actually got to sing on stage with Portion Boys, which was like a totally priceless, amazing experience that I still haven't totally processed, because it was like literally a dream come true. So I kind of had this like dream come true in the middle of an extremely stressful, crazy week, because my studies, the stuff for my studies was really stressful too. So, and then I had Cookie's stuff on top of it, and now a whole lot of financial stress. So Cookie always travels really well. She did really well, and the medication, even though the antibiotics ran out over the weekend, it was still like effective, so that her face it didn't swell up again. So on Monday, I took her to the vet, and the thing is that before I left the United States, I had been told, like, you should be warned, vet services are very expensive in Finland, especially dental services are very expensive in Finland. So you should have a dental cleaning for Cookie before you come. I took that advice. I got Cookie a dental cleaning before we left. And I told them, like, this is because we're moving. I want to make sure that she's in perfect health for travel and everything. So this was only like 6-7 months ago, half a year ago. Dogs do not need their teeth cleaned more than once a year. They should not need their teeth cleaned more than once a year. So I thought that she should be totally good, that she should be totally good. But I already knew there were 3 abscessed teeth, 3 infected teeth, and they were gonna have to be removed. So I was expecting 3 teeth to be removed. So we get to the vet, and this was actually a really nice experience. I do love our vet anyway. They're a really good vet. But in the US, when you take a dog for like a dental surgery or any surgery, I guess, they take the dog from you. Like you drop the dog off in the morning, and then they do their vet schedule like on their own time. And so like you don't know, like you might drop the dog off at 8, but that's when they want all the surgery dogs to show up. And then like that dog surgery might not be until noon. Like you don't know. So I was like actually confused, because they took us into like an exam room, and I was expecting them to just take the dog away. Just take her out of my hands and take her back into the room. But they were like, okay, come into the room. And then they bring out a needle and this vial. And I'm like, what's that? Like, is that an antibiotic? And she's like, no, it's the anesthetic for Cookie. So Cookie can go to sleep before the surgery. And I'm like, wait, are we doing the I was like so confused. Like, are we doing the surgery in this room? Like, why am I in here? But so apparently it's like standard practice in Finland that they will inject the pet with the owner, and then they'll leave the room. So actually, I sat in the room with Cookie for about 5 minutes with her on my lap, basically as she is right now. And I just held her, and I kept her calm as the medication started working to go to sleep. And then they came in, and then as she was sleeping, then they took her. And so she wasn't scared. Like in the US, when they would take Cookie from me, she would know that this was like something bad was happening, and she'd be so scared. Like you could see she'd be terrified. So like it would put the dog through so much stress, but like, so the dog wasn't in stress. So I felt really good about that. But what I didn't feel good about was, like, it's a stressful wait. It's a stressful wait. That the dog is in a surgery, and you hope that everything is going to go okay. So I got a phone call from the vet. Luckily, the first thing they say is Cookie's fine. Everything is going well. And then they were like, but it's a lot worse inside her mouth than we thought that it was. And we need your like permission to do an x-ray and see just how bad it is, to see how many teeth need to come out. So I just want to do what's best for Cookie. Like she's everything. She's my everything. We've been through so much together. I adopted her after my dad died. For the past 5 years, we have basically never been apart other than like the 2 times that I went on vacation and I couldn't take her with me. We're always together. Yes. So I was like, whatever, do the x-ray, take whatever teeth you need to take, because like especially the fact knowing that she was in a lot of pain, like that really felt bad. So I just wanted to stop her from being in pain, and I didn't want to have like further complications like with the teeth. So I go later to pick Cookie up, and I get there and they're like, okay, so we removed 6 teeth. 6. And they're like all the back teeth. So actually 5 teeth on the top part of the one side of her mouth are gone. So she's the toothless wonder, as my dad used to say. She's the toothless wonder. So she's missing teeth on this side, on the top side. I'll put the dental chart. But they also said that they only had enough time to take those 6 teeth, and that there's 5 other teeth that they think really need to come out, but that they did a dental cleaning of the teeth, and I need to bring her back in 1 month. And they said sometimes when you do the cleaning, it will like resolve some issues. So maybe the other 5 teeth aren't going to need to come out. Like that they might be okay. But they're probably going to need to get, taken out. So that means that next month we have to go back for another tooth extraction probably. And I was at this point, when they showed me how many teeth got removed, I got scared, because every time like every tooth costs more money. And I ended up, when they said like what the total was, I was actually a little bit relieved, because the total was about half of what I was expecting. I was expecting to pay at least 1,200, 1,500 euros. That's what I was thinking after they showed me what they all had done. But it was 695, so it was basically 700 euros. Plus the 350 that I had paid at the emergency vet is like 1,050 euros right now. And again, I have to take her back, and that might be there won't be x-rays next time, but so I'm expecting like another 300-400 euros, which is just, it's so much money. Like that's a huge portion of like, it's like all the money that I have basically. But she's like so important to me, and I just want her to be healthy and not in pain. And she's only 8, like she's only 8 years old, and she's my baby. But I'm also I'm very relieved that the Finnish vet care seems to be like really super duper high standard. They really are fair. Like the pricing is fair. It doesn't feel like they're taking you for everything that you have, even though they kind of did take everything that I have, but it didn't feel like I was being price gouged at all. And the people in the office were all really great, and I'm kind of dreading going back again, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna do other videos about like traveling with Cookie as time rolls on. I'm super busy with school right now. Finals are coming up. I'm in the thick of my research. But this summer, I'm going to be doing a ton of videos, a lot more stuff with Cookie, traveling with Cookie. So do stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.